Hey everybody, this is KZ, and today we're gonna sit down and watch this Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer again. Gonna analyze it a little bit, break it down. I've watched it a couple of more times. I'm not doing my usual poor man's version of this, where I go, okay, let's watch it for the second time. Maybe I'll shit it and fart it and find something. So, let's get into it, right now. This trailer is real good. I'll be pausing quite a bit. I'll be pausing through this quite a bit just to kind of get a look at some stuff. In general, it looks like there's numerous like daytime looking shots here. At least that's kind of what some of this looks like, which I think was a worry some people had about the FF7 remake, is that the environment would look a little too samey. But you know, it not always being at night is definitely going to help. Alright, so there's like an invasion of what's been called the Watchmen of Fate, which are just, you know, they're just the robed related things related to Sephiroth. So I think that's neat. So it seems like it's Cloud and Tifa heading back to 7th Heaven, and then it's like, oh no, random ass ghosts just around. It's okay, we got guns. So it looks like this sequence might be the escape, potentially. And this is like where the motorcycle sequence was from the last trailer. This shit, though! So we got a new character in the form of this dude. He's got that classic sword. He's got the, you know, the shoulder pad look. It looks like this might be the like a soldier first class. So, on top of the fact that we have Turks to deal with through the course of the game, we have to fight them off. They'll actually give us various different soldiers, maybe, with like an actual face to them and a personality. Just this entire sequence is that good shit. The stuff you hope for. Look at this guy going in! Like he's just doing cool-ass flips. Design-wise, he looks neat enough. I've seen some people call him like Gladio or something like that. I can kind of see it. But this man knows how to wear more than one shirt, which is impressive.
Can't say this is quite what I had in mind when I asked for your help way back when.
All right, so they're showing yet another one of those Sephiroth, like just Sephiroth visions, I guess, hallucinations, which. Man, he's looking pretty great. He's looking pretty nice. I still don't think you're gonna fight him in this game. I feel like they're not gonna blow it yet, but boy, does he look nice.
Feels like we're flying high these days.
Now more than ever.
He's a keeper, all right.
Yeah.
So I have to wonder where that is, where they're like parachuting down, because I didn't get much sleep and I still woke up a couple hours ago, so I'm still a little jittery from that. But seeing that they're flushing out more and more of the Avalanche stuff is great. Because if they're gonna flush out Midgar, they're gonna make certain emotional moments hit harder, and just in general make this a full game. You really want to do stuff like that.
See myself in. Thanks.
All right, so number one, we got Reno. And he's in. His design looks great. Square Enix, in their infinite wisdom, ensured that he has unbuttoned additional buttons to give me an erection. Now, I'm very glad that they've made this decision. I think that that's quite good. I like the mix here of normal-ass Shinra Soldier, but it looks like this is like a higher-tiered one, it almost feels like, because of like the red stuff on the helmet. And the cooler looking bandana. That might just be me. But this would be right after. I think this is like after the Airbuster fight, right? Where Cloud falls, lands here, and then this happens.
And who are you?
Which they've fleshed out quite a bit for this trailer. In the fact that in the remake, you're gonna apparently just go straight into a solo fight, 1v1ing Reno. And I think that that's really cool. He's got some really cool ass, like, slam the stun baton into the ground to make, like, lightning floor explosions on a wooden floor, too, so you know it has to be some powerful magic.
Hello, Aerith.
Pitbull. Pitbull has arrived. It's really great to see that Shinra even employs Mr. Worldwide, also known as Rude, into the ranks. He looks good. Looks great.
What do you want?
Wait a minute.
Also, before we go, daytime locations. This really fleshes out the game visually. I was talking about it like earlier at the start of this video, but just moments in which there's more than just nighttime environments is really important, especially if they're like, oh, we're only making Midgar. We're making this game Midgar only. That potentially would have led to a very boring, drab-looking game, but there's enough environment stuff, even in this trailer, that makes you go, no, that's not going to be a problem. And I'm really, really pleased about that.
Those eyes.
Alright, so they show a bit more combat here. This is like a 2v1 fight against Rude, which looks great. This is the best part. He fucking Mr. Worldwide over here, going and doing a giant swing, spinning Cloud around, and just launching him at Aerith. It's real good. Let's get away from the feet, please.
Corneo's got certain tastes.
Don't be shy, little kitten. Shimmy on over and give Daddy some sugar.
This is the most incredible showing of Don Corneo that they could have done. Because one, look at him. Look at this man with this tiny mustache, weird facial hair. This is exactly how you would picture this dude. Also, that is 100% Mark Hamill doing that. Like, it sounds like, it's like his Joker voice almost. You could just feel it in that.
Don't be shy, little kitten. Shimmy on over and give Daddy some sugar.
How is that not him? Like, I am convinced, and that's perfect casting. Then he's been in Square games before. He's in Kingdom Hearts.
It'll be fine, right? After you.
So this is setting up the cross-dressing scene. I can only imagine. Let's see. They're hiding away in here.
You led us on a merry chase, Aerith.
They've also, I haven't really made note of it. They recasted everybody, which I know some people are bummed that Reno is no longer voiced by Quentin Flynn, who did Axel in the Kingdom Hearts games. It's a bummer, but I expected it after everyone else's voices changed. But yeah, I think Seng's voice actor sounds pretty good. Here's where the trailer just starts going and doesn't stop. Alright, so we're going to try and break down as much stuff going on here. So there's a bunch of the Watchmen of Fate. Those are the ghost-like beings they saw before. Seems like there might be sequences where they, like, take over the area in a way. And it's like, oh, man. It's like one of those slow, like, gauntlet-type situations. I could see that being in there. Here's some helping Aerith after the escaping from Reno, I imagine. Here's a train section. I don't know which one it is. It's just, there's plenty of times where they're on a train. Alright, so they also show some interesting traversal stuff. Like, is this Shinra HQ? Either way, it's like you're going through in different ways. The gameplay definitely doesn't seem too limited. They have a bunch of different stuff going on. I mean, we straight up cut to what I imagine is Seventh Heaven darts there. And then this. The squats have returned. You have squats, and then you have, like, pull-up mini-games with Tifa. That's amazing. That's just amazing. We have this where apparently you just... it looks like Barrett is shooting rubble. Yeah, it looks like it. At first I thought it might have been a human, but no. Looks like his way of doing things is doing that. But it also says search. So I guess he's just searching things out. And that his method of search is shoot it, which I think is hilarious. Moving on from that, We have an enemy. This is in the sewers. So this would be after... Would this be... I was gonna say, what? If I think this was after the Don Corneo thing where they're down in the sewer area, but I see Barrett's in here, and I was trying to remember. Because it's been a minute. More importantly, you get turned into a frog. You get turned into a frog with a little baby buster sword. You have bubble breath and regular attacks. Oh my god. What if you use the sword? Alright, next up. We got your various big mechs. General combat. So I really like this scene because it's a completely like a completely different interpretation of this scene. Because originally it was like the President Shinra like rolls up like there, he's there physically, and then a helicopter appears and he jumps in it and leaves, and then you fight the airbuster. But in this version, he's gonna appear via a hologram, which I think makes more sense because then it would be really silly if at this point you would just have they would just stand there and let him get in the helicopter when it's just a hologram. It's like what that just I feel like that works a lot better. Okay, so this I'm trying to remember what that... Oh, we're going to get back to this in a second. This is, I believe, the 100 Gunner? Which was, yeah, because I think the bottom looks the exact same as the top. It like, shoots... It's in, like, Shinra HQ, I believe. It's one of the bosses from that. So it's good to see a lot of those mech-related stuff, and we've already seen additional bosses that weren't in the original in this, like an earlier, like some earlier fights against Reno and Rude, which I think are gonna be pretty good. So we have summons. This is something that I felt like they had to do because they were only doing Midgar. You don't get any summons in original FF7 until much later, like after you get out of Midgar. So seeing that there were summons on display here is really, really good. On top of that, look at the detail on this damn thing. We also notice there's a meter here that's depleting, and doesn't look like you control it as far as anything on here, but maybe you can do it through commands. But maybe, you know, it could be a thing like it beats up on it, and then toward the end of its meter, it automatically does a finisher. Though I imagine there's got to be some control, press a button to put an end to things. But seeing Ifrit here, really cool. The amount of detail on this looks fucking awesome. Like he is tearing ass. So next up we have a helicopter coming in. This I guess would be the actual like the actual Reno fight that happens when he starts saying I'm gonna use the pizza to crush all the people. All right, so at first my brainmate at first thought that this was going to be Odin, but as you can see, it's like it's got the red eye. It's a dude on a horse, but then you see like the wagon shit. And that's actually just straight up one of the stranger enemies in FF7. I don't know if I'll like put it in post. I completely forget its name. But it's cool to see that there. And we actually get to see Shiva there. Is there any like UI element for Shiva at all? It's not. So I'm guessing that this is like the finisher. Yeah, this is just diamond dust. So that they didn't feel the need to like have any UI at that point. Seeing the the party's still active while the summon's happening is very interesting. I'm interested in how the summons really operate. Hopefully we can see maybe stuff like that during the TGS stuff, but who knows? Of course they end with that dynamic shot I was like, help. And then the best stinger that they could pull out is this scene, which definitely has to be the plate falling and the wreckage therein. By this point, most of your Avalanche friends are dead, and the shot is just incredible looking. This trailer is dense, everybody. It is dense as shit. Compared to the average thing, like we watched the Kingdom Hearts trailer, the KH3 Remind trailer before, and it's like I could tell you all the things that was in that. It was like, oh, they showed 2 of the super bosses that you're gonna fight, and some story stuff, and some speculation on some stuff, and some lines. This, it's like, yo, there's a Soldier First Class dude in it now. There's multiple different scenes. Sephiroth pops up. What's going on with these ghost things? There's darts. There's squats and pull-ups. Don Corneo. Turks. Bosses. This trailer keeps going. It has a really good pace throughout the whole thing. And there's just a lot to chew on. And a lot of different spots of the game are shown off. Stuff like it looks like the bombing run escape section. The Don Corneo stuff, some of the wall market stuff, helping Aerith out. It looks like they're showing various parts of the entire first part of the remake. But they aren't showing any of the Shinra HQ stuff as far as I know, unless that monkey bars climbing section might have been from that, and also this part definitely. But I feel like this was mostly focusing on everything leading up to the plate falling, and I think that's pretty good. It's a good way to like show you that the scope of this seems to be pretty big, and the fact that they're doing expansions, just like Soldier First Class having just a dude, has me really interested in how they're going to flesh that out. I think the other things I just really want to know in regards to this game is how much freedom do you have in terms of like side quests and exploration? That's gonna be really important, I feel like, to really like drag out the playtime. And this is a world I definitely want to explore. Also, I'd like to see some of the upper plate stuff where everything actually looks rich, and even more modern. I'm very keen on seeing some stuff like that because they showed that in the 2015 trailer for the game. Back in like December of 2015, hoping we see a little bit of that. But overall, really, really beyond satisfied with what they showed here. Absolutely incredible, beyond my expectations, from summons to boss fights to cutscenes to mini games. There is so much packed into what is under 3 minutes. It's the first Square Enix trailer, I think, in a very, very, very long time where as it was about to end, I went, this is long, because they packed so much, it felt longer. And I feel like if there's anyone who was apprehensive about the remake here, I would hope has quieted down, because holy shit, have they really brought it. Really, you could see why this took so long. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. This was the Final Fantasy VII Remake analysis / discussion of their newest trailer. And, of course, I'll be back whenever Kitase / Nomura puts out some interview blurbs and maybe new information about the game. Same goes for Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. That's going to do it for me, and I will see you guys next time. Also, pre-order that. It has a cactuar in it.